Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Super excited for what we get to learn today. As everybody was doing, we do a few rounds of gratitude before we start our recording. And as everybody was sharing, there were some things that were really standing out to me. It's just like this energetic flow, light within, flow of energy, enthusiasm, God within. Lots of things that I just felt like, yesterday we talked about inner stirrings, and today I feel like that's just kind of like the next level of inner stirrings. It's like becoming this positive flow of energy, proactive, just increasing in speed, and magnifying this flow of energy. So we're going to focus today. I had something else written, but I think I'm going to change it to increased flow of energy. So I'm going to set the timer for 90 seconds, and we're going to have a private silent meditation on gratitude for increased, actually, we're just going to say increased flow. I'm taking off the word energy because that could mean, increased flow. We could go lots of different ways with that. So 90 seconds, gratitude for increased flow, and write down whatever comes to you. This is your own personal inspiration on this particular subject. Begin. All right. The thought that came to me is this morning as I was doing my daily GPS, I, as those of you who heard the call yesterday, you know that we experienced an earthquake here in Utah. And I spent some time yesterday just doing some update on my emergency preparedness equipment to make sure that everything was just like ready to go if we needed to jump in our truck and drive somewhere, or if we needed to utilize, some of those emergency things that we have available to us, camp out in our backyard if we needed to, or whatever. And so I took some time to do that, and I'm really grateful that I did. This morning, as I came in, I just had this really strong urge, almost like a feeling of urgency, and the words, come hell or high water, come earthquake or storm, or whatever, that my purpose is the most important thing that I get to focus on. That that it's even more important than ever for me to share the inspiration that I'm receiving, the inner stirrings that I have during this time. I've done a lot of preparation on myself so that when things happen, hell or high water, earthquake or storm, whatever it is that's going on around me, you know, whether it's something that's just like a crisis within my own family, or if it's a worldwide something, coronavirus, you know, whatever it is, that I am stable, that I am centered in the rock of my Redeemer, and I know who I am, and I'm still able to every day be able to sit down and receive that personal inspiration of what is the most important thing for me to do today. And I know that a lot of people don't have that. And so it's more important than ever. I'm just getting emotional even thinking about it, because it is more important than ever that I be me and share what I know, because that's the best way for me to support people right now in this time when we're kind of separated physically because of the virus that's in our world. Who else has something they would like to share?
You couldn't get unmuted.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful for the increased flow of thought and of being. Just I so agree with what you said, and experienced much of the same thing. Just the increased flow of being, of putting it out there, putting me out there, and just being like, this is me, and there's just an increased flow of energy, and I stuck with that energy. Increased flow of energy, increased flow of purpose, increased flow just of being who it is that I am, and let it flow. Just let it flow. Let it flow and let it be. Don't force it. Don't hide it. Just let it flow. Let it be. Let me increase flow of who I am. Just go with it.
Awesome. Thank you. Love that. Who else?
I'll share.
Thanks, Phil.
So the first thing that came to my mind was the flow of my heart, and where I might have a blockage, you know, like where I might have these beliefs or fears that, you know, we've all watched the doom and gloom movies, you know about what can happen. And so I asked myself, am I flowing in my heart, or have I blocked myself? And so if I can keep that open and just relax through those thoughts that are inevitably going to come to our mind, you know, then I don't get stuck on the thought. So
beautiful. Thank you. Just kind of the what came to me, the visual that came to me is, you know, seeing that blood flow, and if there is a blockage, some part of our body is not getting blood, getting that vital resource that we need, and eventually could cause death, you know, if we're not if we don't get rid of that block. And I love that idea of relaxing through it, just breathing through it and looking beyond the block instead of like focusing on the block, that look beyond where that flow is going, and envision that flow being, you know, consistent. Limiting beliefs are a really big block to us. And if we focus so much on the limiting belief, we can't, nothing can get past it to where we really want to go. You know, what's going to bring vitality and health and life to the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Right. And we also have all that energy that we're expending on the thoughts. And so that we are actually using that flow that we do have and causing it to grow, whatever it is that we're not dealing with. So.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Who else?
Okay, Michael here.
Thanks, Michael.
I thought of like when it rains up in the mountains, it causes an increased flow down in the river or lake stream because all that water rushes down to meet the river and just increases it. But I thought of an increase of amperage, and that increases the flow of power. Even on a lawnmower, if you increase the gas that goes to it, it speeds up or slows down. So in a motor, you can increase the amperage and it will increase the power. But the other one I thought of was, I wrote down, was mind thought. When you have a hunger or determination to do something, it gives you an increased flow of energy, of spirit, you know, the inspiration to do something, and you say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it increases your flow of power to be able to accomplish that goal. So your faith increases, and your determination increases, your hunger to get it done or satisfy that increases your energy or the flow of energy you have to complete that project or to accomplish what you set out to do.
Beautiful. Thank you. And the key word there, adjustments. There are adjustments that we can make to our, you know, the motivation, maybe change the motivation that we have, changing a limiting belief to a positive belief. Yeah, there's so many things that we could do, just make little tiny adjustments. I know my husband has done that he's a mechanic, and so he's done that with our cars, or like with the lawnmower, that maybe there is a blockage, that, you know, clean out the hoses or make a little change on the carburetor so that more gas is coming through or whatever. Little tiny adjustments can increase the flow and increase the productivity and the power. I love those words that you said, increase the flow of faith, increase the flow of spirit. Awesome. Thank you. Any other thoughts?
Wileen, something that I realized a couple days ago, just while I was pondering, is that expectations are a level of faith. And I don't know which level of faith it goes with, but when we just expect things, that is part of faith. And I was just thinking how we can, when we're ready to seek and knock and ask, Heavenly Father is there waiting for us to bless us with knowledge and understanding. And there's a reason why he tells us over and over in the scriptures to ask, seek, and knock, because he wants us to be in that mode of expectations and also following through with an action of faith.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, when we go and ask, basically we are coming to Heavenly Father with in a mode of expectation. You know, we're expecting an answer. If we go to him, he tells us in the scriptures to do that, and that while we are yet speaking, we will receive the answer that he will answer. And so we can definitely do that. And I think that applies also with, you know, when we're in the middle of something, you know, that feels like a little bit of, you know, chaos or a storm, that we can have positive expectations of a positive outcome, you know, that this is just preparing me for something that's to come, that there's something positive coming. God's in charge, and I know that he wants, you know, the best for his children. And so positive expectations of a positive outcome on the other side. Thank you. I appreciate that thought.
I just also wanted to add just a slight clarification. Even expecting things to be a certain way with our body, like my sister is very gifted at just expecting her body to do what she wants it to and to look how she wants, and it does.
Mhm.
and how we can expect our bodies to heal or to do certain things. Even with a virus or something, we can just expect our bodies will heal because we're in line with God.
I love that. Even my daughter and I were having this conversation yesterday about body weight. We were talking about, um, she's very aware of the type of things that I teach. And she said there's a lot of women, especially, who have a hard time with their body image. And, no matter what they weigh, they still think it's not enough or whatever. And we can actually create, we were talking about based on experiences maybe in childhood or whatever with abuse or whatever, that a lot of women, no matter what they do, they can't, have like this perfect model body because their limiting beliefs won't allow them. They're protecting themselves, in like a sort of like a fat suit. That if they didn't have that, they would feel vulnerable, they would feel unsafe. And so, yeah, definitely, if we have expectations of certain things, we can have control subconsciously, even if we do all the right things, that we might not, physically we're doing the right things, that we may not have the outcome that we want because of different expectations. And the opposite is true too. We could do all the things that everybody says not to do, and we could still have a healthy, beautiful body. Thank you. Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process?
Yeah, I was really, it came to mind that how grateful I am lately for the increased flow of awareness of my limiting beliefs. And that has been really beautiful because I've been able to work on a couple of them just yesterday. And
awesome.
I just have an increased flow of awareness, and I'm really grateful for that.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's a really great transition spot for us to move into our permission process. And with that awareness, that increased flow of awareness of limiting beliefs, of expectations, of increased flow of light and faith within us for positive expectations. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And first of all, just being aware of any area in your life right now where you are feeling like stuck. Maybe all of your focus is on this one thing and you're unable to look up and look around and see all of the beauty and the positives that are around you, that maybe there's something in your life right now that is taking all of your focus, and that it would really serve you to be able to take a deep breath, open your eyes, look up, lift your head, lift your eyes, and look around and see what else is available to increase the flow of clarity, increase the flow of knowledge, understanding, seeing. And whatever that area of your life is, what is the limiting belief that is keeping you focused on this one thing and has not allowed you to be able to look up and be aware of everything else beyond this one thing? And with that limiting belief comes a cost. What is the cost? What is the outcome if you keep that limiting belief? What are those words going to produce for you? Law of attraction brings us everything that we focus on and put a lot of energy and emotion into. So if that's true, what is the outcome that these limiting beliefs will produce? And if you don't like that cost, if you would rather choose something different, then you do have that choice. You can give yourself permission to choose a new belief. And if you're ready to do that, say yes.
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 Awesome. So, what are those new beliefs that you would like to choose into? What are the new beliefs that will take the place of that old limiting belief, will give you a different outcome, and allow you to be more open, more aware, increase the flow of awareness, as Mary has said, of everything that's going on around you, beyond what this one thing that had your focus? What are the new beliefs that will allow you to be more conscious of what's beyond this one thing that you were focused on, and allow you to be in more positive expectation, allow you to see solutions that were outside of what you had known before, increase the flow of inspiration, increase the flow of faith, confidence, motivation, increase love, whatever it is. So, and with those new beliefs, I invite you to look over your list of new beliefs and infuse those new beliefs with an increased flow of faith into these new beliefs. Even if you can't see really a lot of solid evidence of the truth of them, infuse them with faith. And faith is the substance of things not seen yet, but positive expectation that they are there, that they're real. So infuse these new beliefs with positive expectation, with the substance of faith and confidence, and then bring those new beliefs into your body by breathing them in and allowing them to flow through you. Maybe bring them into your heart and watch as the blood pumps out, that it's also pumping out this increased flow of faith and confidence. These new beliefs are increasing your flow, that God within, enthusiasm, passion, building. Just feel that happening within your body. And with this increased flow of faith and confidence and motivation, what is the inspired shortcut? What is the one most important thing that you could do today that would give you physical evidence of these new beliefs? That would provide you with the tangible evidence to support this increased flow of faith. And just trust that first thing that comes to you. I know sometimes inspired shortcuts seem like they're not taking you where you think you should go. And that's exactly why it's called a shortcut. It's a different route that you hadn't noticed before. And also sometimes they seem really simple. And it's like, well, that can't be it. That's too easy. But I invite you to trust it. God is simple. Everything about God is simple. If it's confusing, if it's hard, if it's got lots of steps to it, it's not of God. So just trust that that inspired shortcut is perfect, and commit right now. Increase that flow of determination to accomplish this as soon as this call is over. In a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares. We have just a couple of minutes to share. I want to invite anyone, if you are needing some support right now in increasing your flow, to schedule a 15-minute call with me. You just have to go to askwilene.com, and that takes you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute private mentoring call with me, and I promise you we will increase your flow. We will increase your ability to see past whatever it is that's blocking you into some positive expectation, and increase your faith in that. Who has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I'll share.
Thanks, Melissa.
So I'm stuck by my need to make everyone happy with
Mm.
how I present myself, which is really difficult. um, and my limiting belief is that people should agree with me, accept me, and
Mm.
validate me.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost is that I can't say what I need to say if I keep self-editing
Mm.
to make other people feel something.
Mm.
So my new thoughts are that I'm good just by being me.
Mm-hmm.
That my accomplishments are a part of my story, because a lot of times I kind of want to play down
Mm.
where my
Mm-hmm.
life has been good, because I don't want people to think that I'm too good, or, whatever.
Wow.
And God gave me those experiences for a reason. That's kind of the main
Mm-hmm.
one, that I was given those experiences. I feel the need to share, with people, and I just have to go forward with faith. And actually, my inspired shortcut, I'm going to go on a run, is to run without headphones,
Oh, wow.
without listening to anything, so that I can really hear what the Lord wants me to say.
Wow,
So
beautiful.
I'm excited for that.
That's cool. That's super cool. I just want to ask you, is that something that you would have thought of on your own?
To run without
Run
headphones?
without headphones?
No, I have so many things on my list of things to listen to.
Wow.
And running is like prime time for me to listen. So
That's so
it's
awesome.
very rare for me to not do that.
Wow, so awesome. I love that. Thank you. We have maybe time for one more quick share.
Okay, I'll share. I really love what Melissa said, and I could so relate to some of that, and that was perfect. I'm so glad she shared instead of me, but now I get a chance to share too. So, my limiting, well, for me, it was all of a sudden I've got boxes. I had cleared the space in our living room, and now I have brought boxes of journals in, because that's, what I felt I needed to do. So anyway, I've got this now cluttered space again. So I have, so I'm buried in stuff is my, I can't enjoy, my limiting belief is I can't enjoy play. I can't enjoy life until I'm done. I can't, I've always got stuff to do. I've got to get done with my school. I have to get out of debt. I have to do this stuff, and then I can enjoy life. Well, no, I'm just always buried in stuff if that's the case, and I don't get to enjoy life. My new beliefs are I am enjoying life with faith in things to come. I am in a clear space. I am accomplished. My life is balanced with work and play.
Beautiful. I also invite you to look at that word buried, and possibly come up with a new belief that takes you beyond being buried, and specifically thinking about like when you're resurrected, spirit and body becoming one. There is a scripture, and I can't give you the verse right now. I don't know the reference, but there is I think two actually scriptures that I've read in the Bible that talk about how the redemption is now. That that ability to have your spirit and body inseparably connected, that is something that is possible for you now. That Christ's atonement is for now. It's not, just for that redemption that happens after we die. And so I invite you to consider that there might be a new belief that could bring you together, spirit and body, and help you rise out of that being buried feeling.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you all for the time that we've spent here together today. I'm so grateful for this gratitude call, and for all of you that are committed to coming here every day live. Also, just want to express gratitude for those who listen on the podcast. I know Mary texted me, and she had posted something yesterday that inspired one of her friends to join our Breakthrough with Gratitude group, and I encourage you to all continue doing that. that's all part of this increased flow of gratitude. We have the power to do that. We can share ourselves, and just like Melissa, really fully step into that and not worry about how we might be judged or what people might think or anything like that. Just share, just increase. You are increasing flow. Abundance always starts from within. We have to get something out so that we create room for more to come. And this is all part of it, increasing your flow by giving, by, sharing, looking up, looking out, having that faith and positive expectations, and then sharing yourself authentically with other people. That's what's going to really bring us together as a people in the end, is everybody sharing, being open, not holding up in your house and hoping to be safe myself. So I encourage you all to continue doing that. And I know this is the perfect group to be able to do that. So thank you for being on the call. We'll look forward to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And till then, have an awesome day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Wendy.
you, Eileen.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.